Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. On the return is Jones. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have that bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Jones. Off play action. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. A give for Stevenson running right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Stevenson showing off the elusiveness as he's in. Touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
New England's offense set to go. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He completes it to Henry.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stevenson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Running left is Stevenson.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Jones. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy
from 3 yards out.
And the Patriots are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Play action. Now it's Tua.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Here's Tua. Over the... And oh, he coughed it up. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
No gain on the play.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. This is caught.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Mostert is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
We're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
He'll go underneath here to Stevenson.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Jones now on 1st down. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Open man. He completes it to Judy.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because the evidence was right there.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Tua now on first down. Caught by Wilson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season. Nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson can surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Mostert. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll just get rid of it. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see going to board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Good footwork at the 30. And one more time. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Tua now on first down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the handoff, this is Mostert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. On second down, it's Stevenson. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 67 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To a hit, and the ball is out. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They hand it off to Mostert. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jones on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We start in New Jersey on this September the 11th. The New York Jets playing host to visiting Baltimore here in Week 1. And it is the Jets who have the lead in that one. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Cam Akers accounting for all of his guys' offense there as he had both of their touchdowns. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back, continue to throw the ball effectively.
90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
play action. Here's Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next...
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 62 yards.
And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Jones.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. To the right side, this is Stevenson.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Patriots first down.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On third down, here comes Mostert.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. 4th time today. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He completes it to Henry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
On third down, here's Stevenson.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line.
Now Hill to return it.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Miami set to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And going deep for Hill. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
New England's offense set to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones.
This complete to a man they went against in practice for years, Devontae Parker.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. to throw. Jones. Open receiver here. Complete. It's Parker. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he floated one out there, incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now Jones on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Jones. That's caught by Myers. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 33. A good pickup there of 22. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a 1st down.
And the big boys up front, a big reason why they're also winning, too.
Jones throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Stevenson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Stevenson.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free.
The Folks' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Tua. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Getting this out to the flat.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out come the Patriots. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe roar down the other defense. We'll see. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Jalen Phillips was second among rookies with 8.5 sacks in 2021. And the Dolphins, they believe he can be their first player with double-digit sacks since Cameron Wake in 2017.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That play stopped behind the line by Trey Flowers.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Jones on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
Jerry Jeudy.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Patriots are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and end up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Complete to Cedric Wilson. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 44.
On second down, Mostert.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught, it's Wilson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. They'll run right side with Mostert.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again in the 4th.
Oh, such great concentration. They're going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now McManus for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Get a look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Running left is Stevenson.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Here's Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 141 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Tua going to throw.
That going to be caught downfield by Hill.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Dolphins use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
The two are going to try and throw for it.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The return is Jones from the end zone.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 40.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Play action. Now it's Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have.